Hey, what's happening, guys? Today we're going to work defense on punches and defense on kicks. So the best way to use this video is actually to get in a warm-up and do some shadow boxing, and then once you're warmed up, you've done some shadow boxing, watch this video, and then whenever I tell you to pause the video and do a round of shadow boxing, drill that technique that I just went over. So the first thing we're going to work on is hard defense from punches. Real simple stuff. We do it all the time, but I'm going to go into a little bit of detail. The first one is helmet guard. So you're in your stance. Whenever you go to do that helmet guard, you got to make sure the inside of your gloves are pressed up right against your forehead. Now, Joe talks about this a lot. You don't want your hands all the way out here because then you got to bring it all the way back into your guard like this. If my hands are nice and tight like so, my lead hand out a little bit, all I got to do is tuck my chin. By tucking my chin, my hands come back, my shoulders protect the outside of my chin, and I'm good to go. Right here, marching in our stance, boom. So what you're going to do for this drill, real simple, you're just going to be marching, helmet guard, 2 punches. Marching, helmet guard, 2 punches, whatever you want. Marching, helmet guard, 2 punches. Now, in a fight, when you helmet guard, you don't want to hit and go backwards. You want to stay nice and strong, bend your knees a little bit, tight on that helmet guard, and then fire right away, or get hit and go out, step to the side, slide back, whatever, right? Muay Thai has scored a lot with dominance and balance and things of the sort. If you look like you're off balance, if you look like you're getting pushed around, that scores for the other person. So you want to make sure when you're in your helmet guard, you're strong, stepping back, here, countering, here, countering, right? So all you're going to do for 1 round of shadow boxing, nice and relaxed, helmet guard, 2 punches. Helmet guard, 2 punches. Helmet guard, 2 punches. Helmet guard, 2 punches. Alright, so let's pause the video and do that. Cool. Alright, so you did 1 round of shadow boxing. Next, we're going to block hooks. Now, when we block a hook, we don't do some people call it a telephone block, like so. We don't do this block because it leaves your ribs open. It leaves your body open. So all we're going to do is, from our stance, bring that glove up a little bit. If they're hitting my rear side. On the other side, bring that glove up a little bit. If your chin is tucked and that glove's up like this, you're getting full protection. And if you misjudge and they throw a body shot, it's much easier to turn in for that body shot and block from here rather than to be all the way up here and then try and block, right? So I'm right here, block, 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 block. Now, traditionally, folks say throw from the same side because their hand is hitting you on that side and you're able to hit back and they can't block, right? So if someone's throwing at me and they throw towards my rear side, I block, I return on that same side. Their hands are already out. It hit me. When I return, they have nothing to defend with. However, it's totally simple and acceptable to hit and then throw from that other side. So if I block on my lead, I can throw that cross. If I block on my rear, I can throw that hook. As a southpaw, I love to block here, throw the hook. Bang, bang. Block, hook. So I'm blocking on my rear, throwing that hook. So practice both ways. Remember, we're in our guard. All we do is lift that glove up nice and tight, throw that same side, or lift that glove up nice and tight, throw the other side. One more time. Block here. Block here. Block here. So you got 4 different options. Block on your lead, throw on your lead. Marching, block on your lead, throw on your rear. Marching. Block on your rear, throw on your lead. And block on your rear, throw on your rear. Alright? If you're figuring somebody out in a fight, you see they always drop their opposite side hand whenever they throw. Let's say whenever they throw a hook. Right? So you would block that hook, throw your own hook, because you know that opposite side is open. Alternatively, whenever they throw a punch, they loop it back. It takes a while to get to their chin. They're here, they loop it back. what you're going to do is block and then throw that same side because you know the hand is not back in the chin. Alright, pause the video. You got 1 round doing those 4 different blocks. One more time. Block on the lead, throw on the lead. Block on the lead, throw on the rear. Block on the rear, throw on the lead. And block on the rear, throw on the rear. Alright? So now we have our hard defense, blocking the hooks to the head and the straight punches. Now we're going to do hard defense, blocking body shots. Whenever someone throws a straight body shot at me, ideally I just want to scoot out the way. So from the side, scoot out the way. So I'm taking away that power right here, or just stepping back. You can hop back, they throw a straight punch, hop back. You can kind of scoot out your butt. Or you can step back if you have the time. Instead of hopping both feet, you just step back. I like to do this because if they go to throw that straight punch to the body and they miss, often you end up leaning, overextending yourself. So by just getting out the way a little, boom, boom, I can fire right away. If you don't have time to do that or you want to stay in the pocket, all you're going to do is keep that helmet guard, but scrunch a little. So I'm right here, scrunch a little. You're protecting your midsection. Boom. So someone throws a straight punch at me, boom. Someone throws a straight punch at me, boom. Helmet guard, squeezing in. Alright? The hooks are just a bit more complicated, but not too complicated. If someone's throwing towards my rear side, so as a southpaw, it's going to be towards my left side, I'm going to keep my glove on my chin. In case I misjudge, I think they're throwing a body shot and they throw a head shot, I don't want to get hit in the chin. So I'm going to keep my glove in nice and tight, bend my knees, turn into the punch. So they're throwing towards this side. I'm not going to turn here and get punched this way. I'm going to turn with that punch. Bang. Bend my knees a little bit. Bang. Bang. So they throw towards my rear side. Bang. They throw towards my lead side. Bang. Turn with that punch. The goal is to have that punch hit your forearm and your bicep. So it's hitting across that full arm. You're blocking across the whole arm so you don't get hurt, right? Marching right here, straight punch, boom. Punch towards my rear, bang. Punch towards my rear, bang. Alright? So we got those 3. I want you to practice those 3. Whenever you get hit with a hook to the body, you're going to throw 3 punches, starting with an uppercut from that same side. So if they throw towards my rear, block, uppercut, hook, cross. One more time, they throw towards my rear, block, bang, bang, bang. Lead, block, bang, bang, bang. So you're turning with the punch, and then you're shooting out that uppercut right from that stance. Turning with the punch, shooting out that uppercut right from that stance. On the lead side, turning with the punch, bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang. One more time, facing the camera, block towards my rear, bend in, bend my knees a little bit, up, hook, cross. Block towards my lead, block, turn with that punch, it's coming across my bicep and my forearm, uppercut, cross, hook. Alright? Pause the video, you're going to work 3 things. When you're shadow boxing, you're going to block, boom, a straight punch, hard block, boom. Then you're going to block a rear punch, boom, bang, bang, bang. Block that body shot to the rear, block, bang, bang, bang. On the lead side, block towards the lead, bang, bang, bang. Lead uppercut, cross up. Alright, pause the video, and then do that. The next hard defense that we're going to do is the long guard, okay? I'm going to show 2 different ways to throw the long guard, and a couple distinctions about the long guard. Whenever you throw the long guard, you're going to bring that lead arm all the way out, pressing it against their chest, right here. Now you have 2 different options. The rear hand can either be pressed up against your chin like so, or, which I like a little bit better, to get more protection, you're taking your glove like you're blocking when you throw an elbow. Put it on your forehead, bring that across, and you're making a wall, staying in your stance. Couple things to note on that lead side. You can't be right here and block, right? Because it leaves your chin all the way open. That shoulder has to protect your chin. Boom. Right here. Alright? The other thing is, the rear side, if you're going to leave it on your chin like so, really still want to make it tight. That lead hand's blocking any straight punches. If you're here, your chin is tucked, straight punches are getting blocked either by your lead hand or by this wall that you're creating. Now, when you do the long guard, you don't just want to stay there and get hit. Bang, 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 bang. You're leaving your body open, you're leaving your legs open, etc. Right? So if they're coming in aggressive, you long guard and then right away you throw. You long guard, right away you throw. I like to throw that up elbow often. So I long guard, I block, boom, they keep coming in, I throw that up elbow. Long guard, I block, bang, elbow. Long guard, I block, bang, elbow. You can long guard, knee, or if they move back, you long guard, you push them back, boom, come in for that kick. Long guard, you push them back, boom, come in for that kick. Alright? So what you're going to do is the long guard from 3 different ways, okay? You're going to long guard, nice and strong, they stay in the pocket, boom, elbow. Long guard, nice and long, boom, elbow. You can do it with the lead as well. Bang, elbow. Long guard, step in for that elbow. If they stay mid-range, so the elbow's for short range, mid-range, long guard, boom, knee. Long guard, rear knee. Point your toes when you knee. Long guard, they move mid-range, knee. Last one, if they move far back, you long guard and you push them back. You're just going to step, boom, throw that kick. One more time, long guard, you push them back, step and throw that kick. Alternatively, you could long guard, you push them back, step in and throw your lead kick. So 3 different options to practice that long guard. Long guard, nice and tight, elbow. Long guard, nice and tight, knee. Long guard, nice and tight, step, kick. So pause the video, practice the long guard, okay? Alright, cool. So we practiced blocking to the body, blocking hooks to the head, blocking straight punches. Now we're going to practice soft defense. Hard defense is when you're blocking and it's physically hitting you. Soft defense is when you're making a miss. First thing we're going to work are slipping straight punches. Now, people have a lot of different ways that they like to slip. You watch some people and it's a windshield wiper. So they stay in their stance completely, they stay square, and they're only really moving at the hip, right? You watch Mike Tyson, he does this. If you watch some Thais that are really traditional style, they'll slip this way, right? Then you have boxers that really slip low. They bend their knees, bringing that same side shoulder forward. Boom. Boom. And Muay Thai, you don't want to do this because A, you're leaving your legs to get chopped, and B, you're getting too low in case you get a knee to the head or something of the sort. So we kind of put the 2 together and go from there, right? So when I'm slipping, if they throw their right side at me, I'm slipping to the outside of the punch, meaning I'm in my stance, they throw a cross at me as an orthodox fighter, I'm going to slip to the outside of that cross. So that cross would be a right hand, and I'm slipping to my left. So right to left, left to right. They throw that cross at me, I'm slipping to the outside of that punch. If I slip to the inside of the punch and they follow it up with a hook or something, I'm going to get hit, right? So you always want to slip to the outside of the punch. Slip, bang. Now the way we like to slip, we're staying nice and tall on our stance. We're going to bring our shoulder forward a little bit. Boom. bend our knees a tiny bit, and lean a tiny bit. All three. Bang, bang. To the other side, they throw a jab at me, slip, hook. Slipping to the outside of the punch. Slip, hook. As an orthodox fighter, if you're fighting another orthodox fighter, if they were to throw a cross, that's their right side, you're slipping to your left side. So you're slipping towards your jab, then you're coming back with your hook, same side. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. If they're throwing their jab, slip, cross. Right here, they're throwing their jab towards you. As an orthodox fighter, you're going to slip to the outside of that jab. Their jab is their left hand. You slip to your right. Boom, boom. Alright? So, if you see, the shoulder loads up the shot. When I slip towards my lead side, my rear shoulder comes forward. Now, as I draw that rear shoulder back, I generate all that power on my lead side. Slip, hook. Slip, hook. If I slip towards my rear side, my lead shoulder comes forward. Now, as I bring that lead shoulder back, I'm pushing my rear shoulder forward for power. Bang, bang. Marching. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. So the added benefit of slipping punches is that you're loading up the shot, right? You'll see some fighters when they load up a hook or they load up a cross, they'll bring that shoulder forward anyways. You see someone throwing like a big hook, bang, they come here, boom, and then they step in for that hook. Bang, bang, right? They're bringing that rear shoulder forward, bang, and then drawing it back for a big hook. So you're going to practice real simple stuff. You're going to slip towards your lead side, bang, bang, throw the hook. So when I slip towards my lead side, I throw my lead punch. Then you're going to slip towards your rear side, boom, throw the cross. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang. Alright? As the southpaw, it'll look like this. Slip towards my rear side, bang. Come back with that cross. Bang, bang. Slip towards my lead. Alright? Pause the video. Practice your slips. One round of slips. Cool, so we got our slips. Now we're going to work on rolls. Rolling is when you duck under a hook. It doesn't happen too much in Muay Thai, but if you watch certain fighters like Sanchai or Samart or Samla, fighters that also box, there's some Muay Thai fighters that are really good boxers. Sanchai doesn't really do boxing fights, but he does a lot of boxing in his fights. Samart and Samla both boxed at a really high level professionally. So what we're going to do when we roll under a punch is we're going to bend our knees and go out. If someone's throwing a hook towards my rear side, so they're aiming for the rear side of my face, think about making a little U. I'm going to bend my knees, duck my head, step out to the rear side. One more time, someone's throwing towards my rear side, make a little U, step out towards my rear side, rear foot first. The reason why we step out, if I duck like this under the punch and then I stay right where I was initially, if they're throwing combinations, they're just going to hit me with the second or third punch. So if I'm just here and I come back up, I'm just going to get hit with the other ones, right? If they throw that hook towards my rear side, I duck out, boom, I'm creating that new angle. Now they got to turn to me, all right? So one more time, when our stance, shadow boxing, boom, boom, boom. Throw towards my rear side, step and turn. Bang, bang. One more. Bang, bang. They throw a hook towards my rear side, boom, right? They throw towards my lead side, same idea. I make that little U with my head, bend my knees, take a step with my lead first, boom. One more time. One more. When you do this in a fight, you don't want to only step out because then you're too far away from your opponent, right? You're going to step a little bit in and a little bit out. So you're cutting a new angle. Stand in hitting range. Towards my rear. So you're going to pause the video and just for a full round, shadow box, bang, 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 bang. Then throw a hook, boom, bang, bang. Then throw a hook towards my lead. Try not to cross your feet. So I don't want to step here and end up crossing my feet, right? Stay in my stance, boom, bang, bang. They're throwing a hook towards my lead side, roll under, back to it. Towards my rear, roll under, bang, bang. So look like this. Lead, rear. Lead, rear. Alright, pause the video and do one round of shadow boxing that way. Alright, the last soft defense that we're going to learn for punches is just a simple lean back. So I'm right here, someone goes to punch me, it doesn't matter if it's a hook, if it's a cross, if it's a straight punch, whatever. I'm just going to lean back like so. When I lean back, I don't want to lean all the way back at the waist like this because then I'm completely off balance for any additional strike. When I lean back, I'm just going to bend a little, boom, right here, and then I can fire back. Lean back, bang. Now, a couple things about leaning back in a fight. If you do it too much, people are going to pick up on it. You lean back, they're just going to fake a punch and then hit your legs or hit you in the body. Once you lean back, you can't do anything after that, right? You're going to have to reset before you can step back, step forward, angle out, whatever. So when I lean back, I got to be specific about when I do it. I can't the whole fight lean back from punches like this trying to get away, right? I have to be strategic. Here, slip, bang, moving around. Well, maybe I lean back, fire back right away. I'm here, hard defense, bang, bang. Lean back one time and then fire, right? So a couple things to review when we lean back. We're not only leaning back at the waist because then we get off balance, right? We're bending our knees a bit, leaning our whole body back. We're not dropping our hand like we're leaning back from a kick because we want to be able to throw that hook fast, so we're going to keep our hands up, bang, bang, so we can throw it. The last thing, you're not leaning back with your chin up, right? Keeping your chin tucked, boom. Alright, so for one round, you're just going to practice leaning back. It'll look like this when you're shadow boxing. Here, shadow boxing. Alright, so for one round, practice lean backs. Alright, so we got through our hard defense and our soft defense with punches. Now we're going to work kicks. We've gone over all of these, so we're really going to just break down little specific things, okay? When we check, we're checking to the inside of our elbow, bringing that check all the way up. Reminder, we don't check to the outside, it leaves us too open. We get caught down the middle if we think they're kicking, but they're really punching. By checking to the inside, I can keep my gloves nice and tight on my face, my body's a little bit tighter. When we check as well, we're bringing that shin to the outside. We're not just lifting our legs straight up. If I just lift my legs straight up, they're just going to hit the meaty part of my thigh. I check straight up, they're still going to hit that meaty part of my thigh and score, right? I want to make it hurt them. I want to shin on shin. So I got to make sure I'm angling out that leg just a little bit. All right? The drill that I like to do to practice checks, I keep my hand up the whole time in my stance. I'm checking up and down. Once I get up close, I'll move back, bringing up those checks. Stand in my stance. I'll do this for a full round. Keeping my hands up. Alternatively, you just work on the speed of those checks. Just kind of pawing, speed. Bring up that check real quick. like you're fighting a fast kicker, you got to bring up that check super quick. Alright, so pause the video and either work on the quickness of your checks or do the check drill where you march up and down. Next option for blocking a kick, blocking it on the arms. Just like we turn with the body punch, we're doing that with the kick. If someone kicks towards my rear side, I'm turning with that kick. I bring my lead hand as support, so it's hitting across my bicep, my forearm, and this hand, boom, right here. Right? I block, and then that same side, cross, hook, cross. They kick on my rear side. That side of their body is going to be open because they're swinging their arm for that kick, right? So when I block and I throw that first punch from the same side, that side's open. Bang, bang. Block, bang, bang, bang. Block, bang, bang, bang. I block the lead, I turn with the kick, remember. So I'm showing them my forearm and my bicep, my opposite side glove. Block, bang, bang, bang. On the rear, block, bang, bang, bang. When I turn, I don't turn too much because then I give them my back, right? Just do the smallest bend of the knees, smallest turn. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Remember, blocking on the arms in Muay Thai is not a true block. It counts as a score for your opponent. So when you block on the arms, boom, you got to hit back right away and get your points back. Right? You can't just block it and be like, oh, that's great. With a check, yeah, 100%. Check, cool. I blocked their shot, I look good. I have good balance, composure. But if we're right here and I just block it and eat it on the arm, that was still a score for them in Muay Thai rules. So block, and then on the same side, a 3-punch combination. Cross, hook, cross, or block towards your lead, hook, cross, hook. All right? Now we're going to work catching the kicks. So after you've done a round of shadow boxing, blocking and returning, we're going to work catching the kicks. When I scoop under and catch a kick, I don't want to stay in place. Someone kicks me in my ribs. If I just catch like this, the full power of that kick hit across my ribs. It's a lot of damage. It's not necessarily worth it, right? So you want to do a little bit of a slide. Boom. They throw it towards my rear side. My opposite side hand stays up. Boom. I catch that kick. Staying in my stance. A couple different options. We won't go over them in detail, but you can catch and punch. You can catch right into a sweep. You can catch, sweep the other side. All the options that we go over in class. But for now, what you're just going to work on is shadow boxing. Boom, catch, staying nice and tall. Hand up towards your heart, opposite side hand on your head. On the lead side, catch, boom. You're protecting your chin. Chin is tucked, hand is up, boom, right there. Marching, nice and relaxed. They throw towards my lead side, catch. Boom, boom. Catch, right? Catch. Now the other way to catch is to scoop under. So you're keeping your hand on your chin, you're keeping your hand, or your elbow rather, nice and tight on your body. You're going to scoop the opposite side glove under and around their kick. So they kick me towards my rear side, boom. I scoop under, I'll catch the kick with my lead side hand. From there, you can do a ton of things. You could pull it across and punch. You could pull it across and sweep. A whole bunch of stuff, right? So on the lead side, they throw towards my lead side, slide away from it, catch with my rear, bring it across. On my rear side, slide away from it, catch with my lead, bring it across. So we got 2 different options on each side. Pause the video, practice those 2 options. Your shadow boxing, they throw towards your lead side, scoop under. They throw towards your lead side, catch a kick. They throw towards your rear side, scoop under, bring it across. They throw towards your rear side, catch a kick. All right? Pause the video, just practice the footwork of that and the technique. So now we have checks with the kick, checking. We have blocks, boom, boom. We have catches, boom, boom. And we have scoops, scoop, scoop. Last one we're going to do is the lean back. Doesn't matter what side they throw the head kick towards. When they throw a head kick, I'm going to drop my lead hand all the way down, boom, lean back. The less flexible you are, the larger step you have to take with your rear foot. People like Lordzilla or people who are super flexible, they don't have to do anything except lean back like so. If you have a bad lower back or you're not super flexible, you're going to have to take a step back with your rear foot to get out of the way. Alright? So I'm right here in my stance, boom. They throw a head kick, boom, get out of the way. Boom, boom, boom. They throw a head kick, get out of the way. Doesn't matter if they're thrown towards my rear, if they're thrown towards my lead. This hand is the closest thing to them, so if I don't drop it, it's going to get hit. Lean back. Lean back. Alright? Now, I see some people, they love to lean back and then try and throw across to the body. Or lean back and try and throw across to the head. If you have a good fighter and they throw that head kick, boom, they're still pretty far away, right? So your punch isn't going to land because it's shorter than their leg kick. So what you do when you lean back is real simple. You just follow up with a kick of your own. Boom. If they're really far away, boom, you take a big step. Or, boom, step, kick. If they're close, boom, you can just throw your own kick normal, right? So for a round, just practice leaning back. Jab, jab, lean back. Lean back. Lean back. And then you can work in the kicks. Jab. Like so. Alright, pause the video. Try that for a bit. Alright, the last thing we're going to do is defending leg kicks. Very rarely do you ever want to catch a leg kick. Because once someone sees you starting to catch a leg kick, they're going to start kicking you in the head or kicking you in the body, right? Catching the leg kick is no good. It puts you out of position, leaves your head open. You'll see high-level fighters, every once in a while, they'll brace, get that leg kick to slide up a bit and catch it and then fire right away. But it's like a 1 out of 10 times that they're doing it. If you get in a bad habit of always catching a leg kick, it really leaves you open for head kicks or for someone to fake the leg kick and just throw some other technique. So when you check, all you got to do is lift low, right? They throw towards my lead side, boom, I lift. They throw towards my inside, I'll just bring that leg a little bit across. Right here, because I want shin on shin. They throw an outside leg kick, boom, angle it outside. Inside leg kick, boom. They throw towards my rear, boom, no problem. Rear, boom. Inside leg kick, angle in. Outside leg kick towards the lead side, just lift up. Okay. Real simple, we do this stuff all the time. Block, 3 punches, block, return, whatever, right? The only 2 options I'm going to show you that are different are soft defense. So, you'll see this from high-level fighters. They bring that foot just like so. They're marching in their stance. Boom. Someone throws either an outside leg kick or inside leg kick towards their lead side. Boom. They just draw that leg right back. Boom. You can do this and get right back into your stance, or you can do this and if they're off balance, throw something else. Here. Boom. Here. Bang, bang. Leg kick of your own. Whatever. All you're doing is staying balanced, drawing that leg back just a little bit. The foot slides across the mat. You don't take the step, right? You just slide it across the mat. Now, the other option is to draw the leg all the way back into an opposite side stance. They throw an inside or outside leg kick, boom. If you're southpaw, you're now orthodox. If you're orthodox, you're now southpaw. From there, you could throw what was once your jab and is now a cross, or you could throw that rear kick. So I'm right here. They throw it, boom, boom. They throw it towards my lead side, boom, boom. They throw it towards my lead side, boom, boom. One more time, they throw it towards my lead side, boom, boom, boom. From the opposite side stance, okay? So pause the video and try that, and then at the end of the video, we'll go over all the different options and kind of review all the different defenses that we just did, all right? All right, in case you want a little quick review of everything, I'm going to go through it real quick. We're in our stance. Helmet guard. Whoa. Helmet guard. Helmet guard. Block a hook on my rear side. Block a hook on my rear side. Block a hook on my rear side. Block a hook on my lead side. Block a hook on my lead side. Block a hook on my lead side. Block a straight punch to the body. Block a straight punch to the body. Block a straight punch to the body, soft defense. Block a straight punch to the body, soft defense. Or block a straight punch to the body, soft defense. 3 different options. One more time, block a straight punch to the body, soft defense. Just scoot back. Block a straight punch to the body, soft defense. Hop back. Block a straight punch to the body, step back. Hooks. Turn with the punch, boom. They block towards, or they throw towards my rear, boom. Throw towards my rear, bang, bang. Same side punch, bang, bang. Bend your knees a bit, bang, bang. They throw towards my lead, I go with the punch, bang. Block, bang. Block, bang. Block, bang. All right. Soft defense. Slips, slip, slip. They throw towards my lead side, I slip to the outside. They throw towards my lead side, I slip to that side. They throw towards my rear side, slip to the outside. Slip to the outside. Just return whatever punch you want. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Alright? Now we got rolls. Doesn't happen often in Muay Thai, but you'll do it every once in a while. Roll. Boom. Remember, you're taking a step. Same side foot. If you're rolling towards your rear, you step with your rear first. If you're rolling towards your lead, step with your lead first. Bang. Bang. All right. Last one. Lean back. Hands up. Boom. Lean back. Lean back. Lean back. All right, cool. On the legs, checks, boom, boom. Don't scrunch like so. Stay nice and tall. Boom, boom. Shin angle to the outside. Boom. Checking leg kicks. Check. Check to the inside. They throw an inside leg kick. Boom. You're gonna cross check a little. Shin on shin. Boom, boom. Soft defense, inside leg kick, draw that leg back. Or step back, boom. Right here, step back. Catches, catch your kick, nice and tall, catch your kick, nice and tall. And more, you're going with the kick to take the power off of it. Or scoop, bring it across. Scoop, bring it across. Alright, that's defense for today. I think the only defense that we didn't do is parrying. So when you're catching a punch, they're coming in. Right here. We can do that next time. If you have any questions, just let me know. Message us directly. If you want to do this workout and then send us videos so we can critique, that'd be great as well. Hope you enjoyed it. Alright, thanks guys.